CVS loses conservatively $200 million a year to organized retail crime. There's an organized retail crime event reported from a CVS store every 3 minutes that we have to respond to every day.
He's responsible for about 25 people on the team, and ultimately their responsibility is to dismantle large criminal operators.
Mostly what I do is I take the evidence that our team collects and I present that to usually a federal prosecutor or senior law enforcement from a federal agency like the FBI or Homeland Security Investigations or a major police department across the country.
What haven't we worked on with Ben Dugan? Ben is a huge asset. He's my go-to guy for the retail.
Rich has been working together with me for 10 years, and we've solved several multi-million-dollar cases down in South Florida.
One of the more impactful cases that I've worked with Ben, we indicted over 22 people. We charged them with racketeering, which holds serious penalties. That was throughout the whole state of Florida. It had networks and tentacles that led all the way up to the Northeast to major distributors and diverters.
They typically come in to our stores with large, hefty garbage bags, and they'll fill that product up or they'll fill up a suitcase and literally in and out within 2 minutes.
Over-the-counter medicine is number one category, specifically, to include some of these pain relievers. Health and beauty aids, cosmetics, teeth whitening strips, razor blades.
Ultimately, they steal it in such large volumes, and then they resell it through the online marketplaces.
These suspects, they don't care. They're going to put it in the trunk of their car. Here in Florida, 130 degrees. It'll stay in the trunk of the car for 2-3 days until they sell it to the fence. The fence then continues to sell that product up the illicit supply chain. The integrity of that product, that being could be diabetic test strips, over-the-counter medicines, is compromised. So it poses a health safety issue for the entire public.
The safety of our employees is always first and foremost. That's what keeps me up at night, making sure that we're doing everything we can, and we are, to keep our employees safe during this. The Informed Consumers Act would compel online sellers or require online sellers to provide their name, address, and banking information, which they currently do not have to do. So it's a simple, common sense measure that would hopefully dissuade people from standing up businesses where they were selling millions of dollars in stolen product if they had to reveal their real name and their real business.
We've never had a voice in DC, and not just a voice, one that we actually believe is being heard, being listened to. I think we really have an opportunity with Ben leading the charge. This legislation in and of itself will have an impact throughout the entire country.
I had tremendous support from government affairs, our legal department, store operations had input in some of the testimony, and certainly the asset protection team.
We've seen Ben everywhere, whether it's in the Wall Street Journal or whether it's on the Senate floor at a Judiciary Committee hearing. He's constantly sought out for in interviews by CNBC and other news media. Simply put, Ben is the best in the industry.
I'm extremely proud of my team and what we've accomplished. So when I see them and congratulate them, it's, hey boss, what's next?